Hi, my name is Chris Wei. I'm the Executive Chairman for Aviva Asia. I'm also the Global Chairman for Aviva Digital, and I'm at the 17th Asia CEO Insurance Summit.
Okay, so can you just summarize the CEO on the hot seat dialogue session that you just had?
Yeah, it was a fun session. I was with Sivam, who's the Editor-in-Chief of Asia Insurance Review. And we talked about the state of the insurance industry in Asia. I obviously focused on developments in digital, not just in our industry, but sort of what's happening in terms of the dominant Asian platforms, particularly the Chinese ones, that are really progressive, have literally hundreds of millions of engaged customers going back daily, and some as much as a couple of hours daily, sort of engaged on those platforms. And I would say fundamentally what we discussed was how that could disrupt the traditional incumbents. And I think it's an area of concern if we can't figure out how to use our data, how to leverage behavioral proxy data that's available in new sources, and figure out how that translates into a next generation risk management model, how we engage customers, and then how we make our products very, very simple and applicable for digital distribution. It's not really going to work that well if we take products built for brokers and intermediaries and throw them online and expect customers to suddenly say, I don't need anybody to explain that to us. So Aviva's on that journey. We're really excited about the progress we've made thus far. And I think the initial proof points we've been able to identify gives us the conviction to double down now.
So with all this disruption happening at the moment within the industry, what would you say is the current state of the industry at the moment? Because everyone seems to be going through some kind of digital transformation.
I would say where I see again the most accelerated progress is definitely China, and you've got a number of large Chinese platforms that are looking very closely at financial services. So Tencent now has WeBank. Their numbers aren't disclosed, but they have hundreds of billions of loan values out in the marketplace, and they offer one product. And it's about identifying the customer, what they might need. They offer a brilliant proposition, a seamless digital execution, and customers will buy. So we're seeing a lot of really exciting things happening in China. We're trying to learn from that. Partially through our own joint venture there, but also exploring new opportunities. We're taking a lot of the learnings from our UK experience, where we have a large customer base. They're engaged. Once they come on MyAviva, we know a lot of them buy another product from us. So we're really excited about sort of the early developments, and it's only been about an 18-month journey for Aviva. So if we can do what we've done in 18 months, I think the future is going to be really exciting.
Yeah, because you guys talk a lot about digital first and completely changing the strategy. So how has the digital first strategy so far transformed the company, both like inside and out?
What's amazing is, first of all, we decided to totally separate digital from our traditional businesses. More because we needed to bring in talent that really understands how to do digital business, whether it's digital designers, whether it is digital marketing, and people that understand engaging customers through social media. It's a different skill set fundamentally. And so we've done that, and that's really key. We have launched a full suite of propositions on our MyAviva platform now in the UK. And what we found is actually the highest quote buyer conversion rate is on products that you wouldn't expect. It's actually life and critical illness. I would have thought it would have been easy products that you wouldn't have to explain, like car insurance or travel insurance. It's actually life and critical illness. So I think that bodes really well when you make the proposition simple to understand, when you clearly deliver value, when you recognize loyalty. I think it's proving to us that there's a different way of doing business.
Yeah. So I guess lastly, looking towards the next 5 years or so, what do you think is the future of the insurance industry in Asia?
Well, there's a huge amount of demand in Asia. It's still a relatively young economy if I look at the whole region. You've got a growing middle class, you've got relatively fast GDP growth, low penetration of protection. I think you've got systems that are evolving, and what I mean by that is whether it's sort of pension schemes, whether it is health insurance or health care structures in the region, they're all changing. And that bodes well for the insurance industry if we can respond effectively. Specifically for Aviva, I think we have an opportunity to rethink how we compete in the industry. Digital is actually a real luxury for us, and if we can get a little bit ahead of the competition, I think we have an opportunity to also accelerate progress. And it gives us something differentiated and potentially sustainable in order to outperform our peers. So really excited about it, and the whole organization is committed to make that happen.